All right, welcome to the start of week video. This is Enda here from bullwedge.org. Didn't get to a weekend video, but such is life. And here we are on Monday afternoon. I'm going to do a preview of the week ahead, but it's the same thing. Review, preview. We're always looking forward. So, that's the way it is. All right. This is our homepage if you're interested in nightly Elliott wave analysis. I think you should be this week because I think it's going to be a bit of a crazy week, if I'm right on that. We're starting with an interesting foot forward today, and I'm going to get into that right now. But let me finish the shameless plug. Nightly Elliott wave analysis, nightly charts, updated straight to the members area, and visible by usually 10 p.m. GMT. That's probably what Eastern time, 5:30 Eastern time US. Okay, let's get into the charts, and we will now with the show. Okay, here we are. This is euro dollar. The kind of conundrum that I'm having right now. I don't know whether we are finished wave 5 or if we are just completing wave 4 and we have one more leg lower on wave 5. At the moment, I'm kind of taking the bullish, let's say the bullish prognosis here, allowing for euro dollar maybe to have a low and in place, and we are going to rally from here. But I'm kind of not settled on that just yet, and I'll show you why. Okay, so here is the main wave count, and the main wave count is now a wave 1 up with an expanded flat wave 2 ongoing. So if this, we had a decline last Friday and into this morning, it's just too much now to be kind of viewing this as a series of 1-2s. Now I may be wrong on that, but I'm allowing for this to decline back into about 109 or 101, let's say, with a break, maybe 100.90 to complete wave C of 2. That'll be a bullish higher low. If that's correct, then we should rally in wave 3. Now, the alternate count is that we have a 3-wave complex correction here in place in wave 4, and that's wave A up, and then wave A up, yeah, A, B, C, D, and E, wave B, and then that spike rally last week is wave C of 4. So that's 3 waves up. The key is, do we get a reversal this week around that 101 level, excuse me, with a break of 101 to begin wave 3? We'll know by the end of the week whether this bullish count is correct or whether we have to switch back to that one more final low in euro dollar. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, here is the count in cable, and this might be, it's pretty much along the same lines, because the alternate count here for cable would be that we have wave 5 in place, which means wave 1 is in place, and now we're about to rally in wave 2. If that's the case, then we have probably wave 1 of A done, and now we're correcting. But the main wave count that I've kind of stuck with here for the moment is to view this rally as a 3-wave rally, and now we're reversing back down into wave 5. And if that's the case, then I think we can take the bearish outlook on euro dollar as the let's say as the main pattern to work with this week. Okay, so we have a possible 1-2 scenario, and then this morning, even though we came very close to breaking to a new high, but we didn't, we reversed, and this morning we kind of continued that reversal down, and it looks like we may have 5 waves down now complete in wave 1. Question is do we get a bearish lower high and then an acceleration down into a third of a third? So that would be, if this main count is correct, that is what we will see over the next day or two. We'll see a bearish lower high in wave 2, maybe by this evening, I don't know, maybe early tomorrow morning, and then an acceleration lower by Wednesday anyway in a third of a third, and we will break to a new low below 117.60. And that would, well, this is the main outlook. I won't be, let's say, swayed on this unless we just trace out 3 waves to a corrective bullish higher low. So that's what I'm looking at. It's kind of a reverse scenario, as the count in euro-dollar, but it's the same scenario as well. You know, are we bottomed, or do we have one more low? That's the question. Okay, here's dollar yen. This is the count I've been working with for a while, the last few weeks anyway. We've got wave A down, we have 3 waves up in wave B, and then last week we started a decline into wave C, and this would be wave C of 4, and you can see here the wave A down, with 3 waves up in wave B, and then we had a nice 5-wave decline, and now we seem to be tracing out 3 waves up in wave 2. So we're working on a bearish impulse wave to the downside here. So we've got wave 1 and 2. Wave 2 should form that lower high probably by Tuesday anyway. That would be enough time. And then we decline into wave 3. And that would be wave 3 of C. That would bring us down below 130 again, with wave C probably targeted towards 125 or so for wave C to complete. It looks like we're probably going to take another week or so, maybe even more, 10 days to complete a low in wave 4 and some sort of bullish reversal off that. So this week, looking for this bearish lower high in wave 2 to complete, and then an acceleration lower in wave 3. So we'll see how that works. Here is the stock market. We've got a series of 1-2s. We've got that wave 2 in blue here back in April, and then we seem to have 5 waves down and then 3 waves up. This third wave, this wave C of 2 has been, you know, if you've been watching my videos, you've witnessed my kind of wrenching and pain as it's gone on in real time. Today is no different. We seem to be kind of, well, like I've been saying over the last while, we've had this momentum slow down. You can see on the 4-hour chart here, it's been declining lower highs in momentum ever since the initial rally in wave A. So that's back in June. So we've basically spent the last 6 weeks going sideways to down on momentum, even though we have rallied, and that should be at least the first sign that things are not as healthy as you would like them to be. We do still have that solid 3-wave pattern. We broke above the previous 4th wave high. We broke above the 62% retracement level. I can't say we won't reach 78.6. Yeah, you know, we will see. Interesting to note that, you know, we've at least in the Nasdaq, we've had a 23% rally in the Nasdaq off the lows, and I think back in 2000 we had a 21% rally off the lows. Then it was it in 2008-9 we had a 22% rally off the lows, off that initial decline phase. So the initial decline phase leads to kind of this, you know, hope phase, a hope rally, which should lead, you know, if we go by the last 2 cycles, you know, to somewhere around 20%. Now we have reached about 23% in the Nasdaq. We're only about 18, I think, percent or 19% in the Dow. You know, we shall see. No, yeah, 80% rally off the actual, you know, what I mean is an 18% rally off the 29,670 low. So you know, 20% of that. Anyway, should we follow that model? And there's no reason that we don't. That means we've already you know, this rally has given us as much as it was ever going to give. Excuse me, just taking a drink. Then we've got 3 waves up. We've got another bearish lower high. We've got a second wave. You know, come on, wave 3, where are you? Okay, so here we have the pattern that I'm working with on wave C, and this has kind of changed a few times, but nonetheless, it's an iteration of the same theme, basically. A 5-wave rally in wave C. We've got wave 1 and 2, and initially a small bounce off the wave B low, and then we've got a wave 1, 2, a 3, a triangle, wave 4, and a 5. So we've got 5-wave rallies in wave 3. Then we've got another triangle in wave 4, and then a bounce out of that triangle in wave 5. So we've got an extension 3rd wave, a triangle wave 4 and a rally to a new high in wave 5. So interestingly enough, which is what I've been showing last week, if you take the wave A, the distance traveled in wave A, and you project it off the wave B low, that brings us up to exactly where we are right now. So, all right, the 162% extension of wave A brings us up to exactly where we are right now. So, an extended rally. The reversal has not, materialized just yet. But I'm going to go on to something which should, pique some interest, at least in people who are interested in seeing, an alternate viewpoint. And that is, excuse me, I may as well go on to crude oil right now. That's crude oil. So the pattern in crude oil was calling for a wave 1 decline after a 3-wave rally in wave 2. We had 3 waves up last week in wave 2, calling for a wave 1 decline, and then we basically gave up all the gains of wave 2 into this morning's lows. So the question is this a 5-wave decline to begin a third of a third? And, that's what the pattern is calling for. What this pattern calls for and what's actually going to happen. Sometimes it can be two different things, but it is interesting to see that we've given up all the gains of last week, and this should be, crude oil should be the main beneficiary of a low, in the economy and the market. If we are going to see this resurgence and a major, resurgence of the U.S. economy in this latter half of the year and into 2023, then crude oil should be right there as the main beneficiary of heightened economic activity. But I stress to admit again that we are, one of the major oil producing countries is in the middle of a major war and under sanctions, and here we are, which should, this should be a no-brainer rally for crude oil, but here we are, and we're not rallying. We're actually declining. And if you go by this morning's action, we're accelerating that decline, and we're back to the lows. If we go to the 4-hour count, we are back below the price from February, early February, January, before there was ever any war, before the market ever thought there was going to be a crash. So here we are. Crude oil should be telling us something, meaning the demand ain't there. Now there is an alternate pattern for wave 2, which would allow for a larger rally. But right now we seem to be looking at a series of, kind of impending doom patterns to the downside. So we will see whether this bearish pattern holds tomorrow. But if we are in wave 1 and 2 of wave 3 of 3, so that will bring us to a third of a third of a third decline, which will be a major acceleration lower, which will probably coincide with something like acknowledgement of major problems in the U.S. economy, and maybe some initial bankruptcies that have been hidden under the carpet of kind of endless stimulus for the last 2 years, or the Fed raises rates again, and that won't come until next month anyway. But the backdrop here, the picture that crude oil is painting is of dropping demand. So the baseline economy will not support new highs in the market or new highs in crude oil. So at this point right now, I think basically the supplies have been rerouted of crude oil. There's new producers coming back online. The Biden administration is dying to get Venezuela back online, and they are going to sign the Iran deal. The Iranian oil is going to be back online. Say goodbye to, major crude oil prices. Okay, anyway, that's that. So that's the kind of background picture to what should be coming in the economy and the stock market, basically. Anyway, here's gold. I actually go to the hourly count here. I'm kind of working on 2 counts in gold at the same time here. I have the alternate count here, tracking it along with the main count pretty much day by day here. So we have, if we go for the alternate count, we basically have the beginning of a second wave decline underway now. And this should probably bring us back towards 1740 again, retrace about 50%, maybe 60% of the rally, and then we'll have a bullish higher low, and we can expect a continuation of the rally in to wave 3. Now, that's the bullish perspective as per the alternate count. The main wave count will still allow for this fourth wave to lead to a fifth wave decline, which will break below 1680 again. I would like to see a break of 1650, to be quite honest, to complete wave 4 here, this large degree wave 4. And that would be like the best technical scenario here for gold. Buy in when everybody hates it again. So a few too many people love gold again, for my liking. So I would like to see a new low to wash out any kind of let's say burgeoning bullishness before the actual low comes in. So I'm working on both counts. It's probably a 50-50 coin toss here, but I still do expect, even if the alternate count is correct here, I still expect it to decline probably back towards that alternate wave 1 high there, so about 1740 over the next few days. So we'll see how that goes. That's crude oil done and gold done. Shall we move on? This is the S&P. S&P is basically the same count as the Dow. They're both running in unison here. And one more thing that really doesn't allow me to jump on board with the bullish picture in gold just yet is the rally in gold has basically been in lockstep with the rally in risk assets across the board. So you could basically lump gold into that basket of risk assets based on the recent rally, because they've all just rallied together. That if I'm right on the stock market, then I think gold will decline along with that next leg down in the stock market. Now, it'll probably find a low around, like I said, that 1650 level, and maybe we begin to kind of decouple at that point, but it looks like we are running in lockstep here, one market with the other right now. Anyway, S&P topping a second wave. We still have the same kind of extended wave C pattern here. No rollover just yet, although we have a whole week ahead of us to put that in. In terms of the fibrillation chip between wave C and wave A, we have popped out above that 162% retracement or 162% extension level of wave A. So we're holding at the highs this morning. Nothing has impacted, let's say, immediate ideas or trading in S&P futures. Anyway, it's basically flat, I'd say. Let's see how the market goes today. I really would like to see some, advancement of this pattern this week. So, let's see if we can start turning over this, extended and elongated rally. It's still 3 waves, still a correction, still wave 2. We should still have wave 3 down ahead of us. Okay. Here's silver. Let's go to the hourly count here. I have allowed for, let's say, the bullish count in silver to be a more prevalent count, or let's say the favorite count at the moment. I was looking for wave 2 to begin this week, and it seems we have an initial sell-off off Friday's highs. So that spike lower should be the initial decline in wave A of A that I've been looking for. We did have 5 waves up complete last week, and now we have wave A of 2. So this should be a kind of, let's say, at least a week-long decline scenario, probably back towards $19 again, and to create that bullish higher low if this main wave count holds. So if you want the alternates, get onto the membership, join the membership. Anyway, here we have the main reason, actually, if we go to the daily count here, the main reason I'm allowing for, let's say, the possibility of this bullish reversal here in silver is because silver did break to a new low in wave C, below the wave A low. And we have completed more or less 5 waves down into that low, and we seem to have rallied in 5 waves. So it's more in line with a reversal pattern than gold is. Gold is not as far along in its reversal pattern as silver is. So I'm allowing for this bullish scenario to build here. It still means that we will have to decline and create a higher low scenario of the wave 2 low here. And if that comes, then we could be away to the races in silver. And we'll see how that goes. Okay, let's move on. Bitcoin has been kind of tracing out a very kind of stagnant rally over the last while. And it smacks of, just riding the kind of the hope rally that has happened in the stock market lately. So did we reverse that hope rally this morning? Because along with silver, Bitcoin has created a pretty pretty sharp reversal off the high. We have a possible top in place for wave C of 4. So I was looking at 3 waves up in wave A, correction down in wave B, and then maybe an ending diagonal wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in wave C. So we could have an ending diagonal in wave C. We do definitely have an impulsive looking spike lower this morning. So that does add to, let's say, the possibility that we are reversing here. Again, another risk, let's say we call it a riskometer in Bitcoin that is giving up the ghost this morning. On FTSE, we do have 3 waves up in FTSE on the 4-hour count there. I'm looking at that 3 waves rally in FTSE every night for the last while, and it's basically just drifted, something like a tachometer to the upside here. It's been, I can't even label that unless it is some sort of an ending diagonal as well. That would probably be the only way to label this, somewhat coherently. And again, we do have a kind of a spike lower off that possible second wave high this morning. If we go to the Nasdaq here again, the 4-hour count on Nasdaq, this could be wave 4, wave 2 again. I think I have to switch that. With a correction higher anyway, in 3 waves. And again, that kind of narrowing rally to the upside has drawn the action in upon itself. So again, it goes along with the theme of a momentum reversal. Even if we had the rally, we've got that momentum reversal. 5 waves up, again, looking for reversal this week. Okay, I think we are done. That's that. Thank you all for watching. Again, if you're interested, head over to bullheads.org, check out the membership offers, and get onto your nightly charts served up to you. I always leave with the good news of Messiah, and people kind of scoff at me for this, but I have my faith, and I am, let's say, compelled by our Lord to share the faith. That is the Great Commission. Go tell the world. And I'm telling the world, my little corner of the world here, that your sins are forgiven if you believe on the Messiah. And I'm not going to push it. I usually kind of ramble a bit too much, I think. It's a very simple message. The gospel, the good news. We're sinners. Jesus paid the fine for that sin. He paid the price, died on the cross. When he died, he said, "It is finished." And so he finished it. You are born into this world a sinner. At least I was. And in Messiah Yeshua, we have freedom from that sin. So that is the simple news of the gospel. If you want to be free from your sin, check out Jesus. Until later on this week, hopefully Friday, I'll be back to you. And I hope you have a great week, a blessed week. And check out the website. Until then, God bless. Shalom. See you Friday. Bye-bye.